Hello, welcome back to my channel. I would like to do another recap on The Last Resort, as long as Discovery Plus isn't going to strike it down every single upload. Perhaps more than a handful of people will get to see it this time. If you haven't seen my video explaining that process, please check it out.
I stopped kissing you and hugging you because of the rejection.
Makes sense to me. I don't know why he's confused.
I have to be in the right mood.
You're never in the right mood.
Well, what does that tell you?
Wow.
I don't want it anymore. I don't want it anymore. What the hell? I want to be free. I want to be free.
So last we left off the couples, they had had their first group couples counseling session, and quite a few of them were fighting in their rooms. Jasmine and Gino slept separately because he thinks she cheated on him, likely. Ari and Benny are still not on speaking terms. She is not ready to relinquish his social media passwords, and that's pretty much his priority. They also didn't share a bed. Sophie and Rob used this as an opportunity to bond. They realized that among everyone else's bullshit, their relationship's actually not that bad. And then they enjoy a little bit of gossip about the couples, particularly Josh and Natalie. What's weird is Josh and Rob are best buds, and he hits on his woman behind his back. Rob doesn't know the difference between Darcy and Stacey. Like, I used to be able to tell them apart because Stacey does look a little bit different, but now that they're both so filled up with filler and injections and Botox, I really can't tell the difference. She actually admits they had their teeth done too, which removes any individuality. Natalie and Josh have this opportunity to get closer and talk about their relationship, so he wants to see if they can actually get to a place where they trust each other before he commits to having a relationship with her.
And I feel like they just have a lot going on.
They have been a 3-year-long booty call. Natalie really wants a serious relationship and to start a family, and he's basically just treating her like a side piece. They have good chemistry, but they fight all the time.
I feel it's actually 75% is fighting, and that kills everything.
I mean, she does act completely psycho and jealous, so I can understand where he's coming from. He has kids, he has a home, he needs to make sure that she's not gonna completely fuck up his life if he makes this gamble of letting her in. He already knows she's psycho, but how far psycho? And Natalie's biological clock is ticking. She wanted to start a family like yesterday.
We're rushing everything here. But, you know, I mean, that's why we're here, to talk these things out.
She's been on the hook waiting for this man for years.
We're rushing everything here.
Did that look greasy to you guys too? That's a greasy look if you ask me. Julia gives Brandon shit because he's a grown-ass mama's boy who couldn't pack his own socks. She's so funny. I pack everything!
I'm not your mother, and I still take care of you.
Pack everything.
I pack everything. Why did you pack your socks?
Oh, he is a fart. Jasmine's right. Gino apologizes to Jasmine for the fight they had last night when he thought she was cheating on him.
I'm feeling a little bit better about the fact that I don't believe that Jasmine is sleeping at a guy's house.
Who are you on the phone with? Matt is a friend. He's one of my best friends in Michigan. I met him at the gym, and we started working out together, and after spending some time, we became friends. Did you know about him? No, Gino doesn't know about Matt because I know he's gonna think that it's more than a friendship.
I think that's the guy that she cheats on him with. I saw on the internet that it was a personal trainer from her gym that she ended up hooking up with, so this aligns. Ari and Benny are still not sharing the same room after their fight last night, their Botox social media fight. The therapist comes to check in and suggests that they have a private session together. So Ari calls him down. She's continuing to whine like she's never done anything wrong in her life and she's the victim of all the wrongdoings. But if you pay attention to her body language and how she speaks to him, I can't be the only person who sees this. She treats him like crap.
I need my eyes like open. I want my social media
Binny explains that in order to get the trust back on his side, she can start by giving him his social media passwords.
Then I found out that he was cheating on me, and I changed all his passwords. I was sort of getting back at him. Maybe it was a little vindictive, but I don't regret it.
Well, I don't know, maybe it's wrong. This is my second language. I have all everything, your social media, everything, your email address, like something. Like, do what I say.
Okay.
But this spoiled brat with a silver spoon in her mouth can't take no for an answer. Everything has to be her way or the highway, and she needs to have control over this man, over everything. She admits that she's locked him out to be vindictive. Because other than just petty revenge or flexing control, this proves nothing. It doesn't prevent him from cheating if he really is cheating. So it's activity day. Activity time for couples therapy day. They're gonna do this stupid activity where they write their issues on rocks and then they have to lug around their partner's issues in the backpack for their hike in the desert.
Both of your rocks. They each essentially are carrying each other's problems, and so this kind of gives them a feel of how it feels to carry all this weight that is unnecessary.
Julia picks the heaviest rock she can possibly find for Brandon.
If he would take me to his house, he would show that he really cares for me and that he takes me really seriously.
Put two and two together, Natalie. The fact that it's been 3 years and you've never seen his house is a pretty good indicator that he doesn't. When a man wants you there, he makes space for you. He gets you. He brings you. If he doesn't want you there, you know. Sophie's face is fucking hilarious.
Look at my rock.
Give a fuck about your rock, Sophie. Now they're gonna have this stupid fight. So I'm gonna speed through it. And it's all about lying and deflecting and Callum again. He'd be lying too. So I mean, this is just petty nonsense. They're both acting like children. I mean, we all knew that they fucked around. Sophie does typical Sophie, and she runs away and throws a little tantrum because she's spoiled brat too. But she does have a flight response. Her mother is tremendously narcissistic, had drug problems, often would verbally abuse her and scream at her and threatened her, so it makes sense that she runs from confrontation.
Her ex, don't tell Rob about us. It's lie after lie after lie. Gaslights me and says, oh, well, that all happened when I was younger. No, you lying to me is now.
So the therapist is going to have to do some work to get these two to cooperate on the hike.
And she checks out.
I don't know what's worse, Julia asking if there's camels in America, or Vea not knowing that other countries had currency. I mean, I think Julia's was cute, whereas Vea's was just like, girl.
I'm already so mad.
Julia and Brandon are annoyed that Rob and Sophie are having this drama and holding back the hike. She wants to work on her relationship. She doesn't want to deal with other people's nonsense. The therapist eventually gets them back on track.
The other rocks weighing us down, and then we got Rob and Sophie weighing us down.
Because I want to protect my eyelash extensions and my hair extensions, babe. I'm telling you, I can do this.
But you know where it's like nice, like
I don't want to go this long. I don't want to get wet.
Binny put respect on his rock. And would you bet that
Affection. Just small things to show me more affection.
So her and Jasmine are both complaining about the same thing, not getting affection from their men. But I want to point out that when you're super controlling and needy and always pick fights, it's tremendously repulsive. The scene wins for most ridiculous fight I've ever seen in 90 Day.
Can you please do that for me?
no, just I'm tired. Just
Honey, see, like, for example, what they're doing, baby? That would mean a lot to me.
okay, you want to do this?
Yeah, I want to do that.
Where I'm from, that's called sick.
How old are we? Because these 30 and 50-year-old women are acting like little girls.
Do with my property whatever I so desire.
Continue. Give me the next one.
I want to do that, but I'm just tired. You know, just walking.
No, this is what we're talking about. This is ridiculous.
No means no, Ari.
Okay, well,
What
guess
the
what? You're a baby.
Okay, this I'm just tired.
You're being mean because he doesn't want to carry you in the hot desert,
Yeah,
you
but you chose
bitch.
to carry the biggest stones.
Yeah,
you didn't need to do that.
While carrying heavy stones.
To not be anywhere near me. It just adds insult to injury.
She's a complete spoiled
So
brat.
sorry, I feel like we started something. You didn't do anything. It's ridiculous.
Let's not talk about what's ridiculous today. It's not giving self-awareness. Her parents gave her everything she ever wanted and never told her no. You can tell by the way she treats her husband. And these poor men are just bystanders to this bullshit.
Just if I don't want something, just this is the one likes control.
Benny explains on how she's always forcing him to do things he doesn't want to do, and then it's a fight if he says no.
We feel for other people, like the mom and dad of the group.
I don't think so. Maybe you understand it. Like, whatever, if she wants something by force. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've seen it. I know what you're saying, buddy. She's a spoiled brat, and she throws fits to get her way. So she tries to gaslight and manipulate him. I have never once heard her apologize to him or admit to doing anything wrong in the relationship. She's always the victim of his wrongdoings. It is always Benny who is the perpetrator, as far as Ari perceives it. This narrative gets tiresome, no matter who you are. Sophie.
Have to pick such a big rock in my bag.
Yes, I choose most heavy rock.
Why would you do that?
Why? I telling you why.
Because you want me to compromise,
I
don't
feel
you?
like we are lost.
Let's see if we can compromise. Or if we can't compromise, we have to keep the rock.
I got independence with a broken heart. I feel unappreciated. I feel unvalued. And I'm happy.
Gino makes Jasmine feel unvalued because he doesn't give her any physical affection or intimacy. He feels like he's being bullied all the time by her, and it has completely drained his sex appeal of her. I really don't like the way he treats her, though. Jasmine can be crazy, but I actually know where she's coming from. Gino baits her. He is flippant and
I
dismissive.
don't have arguments to start because Gino doesn't want to drive me anywhere. So I don't have a car. I don't have a driver's license. I'm not asking for a lot of things like, hey, deposit like tons of money so I can have a car and use it as I want. I would be happy with any car. Crappy car, used car, I don't care.
You should have asked for a car before you got $20,000 in plastic put into you, plus all the money you spent on your wedding dress. Need I carry on?
It's not that I'm not buying you one, it's that I can't afford it. There's a difference.
No, you can't anything.
And you don't appreciate anything anyway, but keep going.
Ari, Benny, Stacey, and Florian find their checkpoint.
So I wrote on my rock affection. So before we talk about our rocks, we're gonna hold each other's hands and we're gonna look into each other's eyes.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is where Stacey has her meltdown, revealing her rock to Florian, and she has issues with trusting him because of his past cheating.
We've been dealing with trust issues. I want to be able to trust you. I feel like we lost that. I want to get back to who we used to be.
This, we come here to work together. This, you don't need to cry, please.
I need help. I need help to figure out.
I don't want it anymore. I don't want it anymore.
What the hell?
I want to be free. I want to be free.
Florian is becoming really funny to me.
What the hell's wrong?
His facial expressions are me every time I'm watching this fucking show. Despite all the tears and the agony, they're actually able to work through this part.
I can give you a hug to time.
And this is where my opinion on Florian officially turns 180. Seeing him show this kindness and warmth to her, it was a side of him I was not expecting to see. While we had the impression that he was a greasy playboy, I think he plays aloof.
A big deal,
I know her like how many times she's breathed in a day.
And he must
I
be
know
a
that.
deeper thinker than he lets on.
Thank you.
That was really sweet. So he just asks her in turn to listen to him and consider his thoughts and his opinions as her husband. Darcy and Stacey have a way of talking over their men and acting like adolescent girls, especially when they've had a couple drinks. And it's funny that their boyfriends are usually half their age, but are much more mature than them. So Robin, Sophie, and when Julia and Brandon reach their checkpoint. So with the therapist's assistance, they're able to get through their rock exercise. Brandon and Julia's issues are having a baby and bringing the parents, but I think it runs deeper.
Julia wants to bring her parents here to live in the U.S. permanently. It would just be chaos all around.
Brandon low-key tries to
I think
control
her bringing her parents here would be a disaster for us.
Funny, because her parents coming would be a disaster, but when she moved out, she had to live with him at his parents' house. They were super nosy, intrusive, crossed boundaries regarding the relationship. The mom was sometimes really creepy, inappropriate. He gave serious mama's boy vibes, and now he has a problem with her wanting to bring her parents out? Make it make sense.
She's not going to make a compromise with the baby. I'm not going to make a compromise with parents.
Julia explains that she's done the research and she does not need him to do this, and that if he tries to make her choose him or her parents, he's not going to like her answer. I wonder if the Russian-Ukraine war has anything to do with this. Are her parents in danger? Is she trying to get them to safety? Or are they being forced to fight in Ukraine? I have no idea. Our favorite Ukrainian here, Natalie, puts access on her rock. She wants access to Josh's life, his family, his money, his house, basically everything. He feels like he supports her a bunch already.
With groceries, with medicines, with gas, with hair.
After 3 years, it's almost like shit or get off the pot, dude. She's running out of time. She could be with someone who wants to start a family. Natalie's crazy, and she has mean girl energy and acts like a bitch, but I do feel sorry for her sometimes.
He doesn't want me to investigate his house. And I do want to investigate his house.
She's so unhinged. Imagine waking up to that in the middle of the night. Josh, I checked your phone. Why do you have Tinder? They kiss and they make up.
Nice. Okay, you ready?
Ari continues practicing being as annoying and controlling and creepy as possible to her husband. Seriously. There's villains like Rain and Angela, and then there's villains like
Whenever you're ready
Ari.
to stop, you can stop. There's some way that you can show affection to me. But I'm not sure if you want to do that, because even with the eye, you don't want to hold my hands and even look in my eyes.
Look at me when you're talking to me!
It's supposed to be, an actual loving hold, and you look lovingly into each other's eyes, and you want to do as little time as possible.
Look at me. Look at me. Don't look at anybody else. Don't look at the fat-ass losers or freaks. You look at me!
Oh, wait, you want more?
I asked you to show more affection to me. I'm your wife. So is there something you think you can do to show me affection today?
I really should have started an affection counter for this video, because between her, Jasmine, and there's probably another complaining about it, we have a lot of people complaining that they want affection in this episode, but nobody wanting to give it. Benny explains that he would really like her to start treating him with respect and talking nicely. See how easygoing he is? He went ahead and participates.
So, in my case, I feel that I have to continue to carry the rock.
And she has to be a fucking wet blanket and be like, I'm gonna carry my rock because you didn't do it good enough.
Because
I don't want peace. I want problems, always.
I feel that you were not able to show me any kind of affection today.
Remember when I said that this man would fail no matter what he did? We're watching it. We're seeing it in action. Okay, so after a successful hike and breakthrough for some of these couples and get driven back to the resort, unfortunately, you can't always have the best passenger buddies, because Sophie gets stuck in the same van as Natalie, who feels compelled to give her unsolicited advice on how to be the ideal wife. But anyone paying attention to body language can see that she's just really insecure about Josh showing Sophie attention.
Did you get rid of any rock?
We got rid of both of them.
Yeah, we got rid of both of us. Oh, really?
That's awesome.
Is Josh making those eyes for Sophie or Rob? I'm confused.
No, I just run away from stuff. Like when I get upset, I don't like to cry.
Well, hello, beautiful.
Rob looking at himself or looking at the camera?
Sad, I'll just leave.
Yeah, you're not confrontational.
Yeah, no. So if I feel that's happening, I'm just gonna fit. Like I fight and he like fights, so like he'll be like.
Well, good job on getting past that.
Oh, there it is. Wait for it. Here it comes.
I feel like you love him more than she loves you.
Bitch.
Talk about the teapot calling the kettle black. Does she know she's projecting?
Natalie definitely has mean girl energy. I feel like you deserve to have someone equal like us love each other. It makes sense if she was maybe feeling jealous because of the Josh thing, but if Natalie did know that Josh was DMing me, then she should be putting that on Josh, not me.
Not Natalie. No, that's what emotionally mature women do.
Because she's ready to give up any time and just leave.
Kind of like how you gave up on Mike? Like, instantly?
I can't even go to a restaurant and order from the waitress. Most jealous person alive. You get all crazy and start yelling at me as soon as we leave the restaurant. You are extremely jealous. Why are you so jealous?
We've seen her do this to Josh. When girls came into the elevator, he had no control over it, and then she was mad at him.
Because you're right.
So you're saying you're leaving?
I cannot be here.
So you're taking it upon yourself to move to us?
I don't have anyone here.
Apparently not even me, huh?
I used to think he was cold and indifferent, but now on a rewatch, I'm realizing how hurt he is. And she shows this rat more affection than she ever showed him. And this man's face, he's just fucking over it. She's so confident in this decision to leave him because she thought that this life was ass, but we're literally watching her make the worst decision that she's ever made. She's literally ruining her life. She comes crawling back to him years later after making a complete ass of herself, flaunting her relationship with Josh. Uncle Bo was so good to her. She didn't deserve Uncle Bo. For those of you who don't know, Uncle Bo was Mike's uncle who lived on his farm as like a working helping hand, and when she came, she was so snobbish that she was like, I don't like the look of him, he can't stay.
Sorry.
And he had to ship his uncle off somewhere else.
I'm really sorry.
I don't know what to say.
The relationship. How do you describe the relationship?
See, she trampled all over Mike's heart way too much, and he got to the point where he was just done. And that's when she tried to crawl back, and it was too late.
You moved.
And then when Josh wasn't committing the way she wanted him to, she basically labeled him the spare, or the silver medal.
Michael, I'm not divorcing you. If you want to, you divorce me. I'm not. I said it many times. I give this option to you. I'm not. I can't. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Mike, do you want Natalie back? Natalie, who do you want to be with?
She wanted to have her cake and eat it too. She wanted to be with Josh in LA for the connections, and she wanted Mike to be her husband and continue paying.
I don't think she's ready for a relationship. She's very driven to work.
This is very unhinged, like 16-year-old display, and everyone tells Josh just to be done with her. And we have the bittersweet moment when she came groveling back and he told her no, that he'd moved on.
No.
And she trampled all over his heart, and he's ready to move on with his life. I can't believe she actually went at him with, will you give me a baby? Do you want to have a baby? She didn't start with, do you want to rekindle things? Maybe see if we still have a connection? No, just straight to give me a baby. She's a terrible salesman. I mean, she looks genuinely shocked that he didn't take her back.
I don't know, Natalie. This is what you wanted and you got it. The grass is not always greener on the other side. I'm not your backup plan.
That's great on him more. And you don't, and I see it. And I am. Yeah, just like everyone else.
Sophie can't figure out why Natalie's coming for her, but she has an idea.
If I was a massive person and stooped down to her very mature level, I could just air out the whole business about her man messaging me and trying to fly me out to Vegas. But I don't need to do that because I'm clearly more mature than her, even though she's 3 times my age.
So it's the next day, and even though things kind of ended on a happy note for some of the couples, people are in a bad way again. Stacey and Florian are in a good way, but Jasmine and Gino are not. They're going to have the same fight that we've watched them have pretty much every season. Gino's going to be a dismissive piece of shit. He calls her psycho here, and she's actually being quite
like
calm.
Going down the drain, like it's getting worse. We have a sexless marriage, and that's pretty awful.
Just strange, you know. It's like we don't even kiss very much anymore, like not like we used to, or hug each other, or be affectionate with each other.
Because of the rejection. I am scared of taking the initiative because every time I was approaching, like getting close to kiss you, you will do this, you will push me away.
It's just I have to be in the right mood.
Yeah, but you're never in the right mood.
Well, what does that tell you?
This gaslighting piece of shit. He literally just said that
You have to have an emotional connection with someone and not be fighting with someone every day in order to get to that point.
Okay, fair enough, but you always have an excuse. You're never in the mood. You always reject her. If you're fighting every single day, either fuck her or leave her, because this is a ridiculous cycle. You know, she asked for an open relationship and he refused. He won't let her use sex toys, and he's gonna be shocked that she cheats. She's only human, man. He's using porn all the time, but, you know, that's probably why he's such a dweeb.
I want to go home. I don't want to be here.
I don't know why you're letting him bother you.
He doesn't take accountability of his sexuality problems. And the way he makes me feel is like I am the problem. Like no one will ever love me.
Come on. Don't let him trigger you.
She looks really beautiful in this outfit. I like it.
How can I make it work if the person that I love, you know, just push my buttons and get the worst out of me?
So yeah, call me crazy, but the internet said that she got thrown out by Gino because she cheated with someone who she was going to the gym with, and this guy she met from the gym. But he seems to be trying to encourage the relationship right now, so I can't really say. It's hard to be sure. I guess we'll find out more throughout the season. Until it's going to be messy with everyone, and I hope this is the last time we see some of these people. So we find out Natalie's going to be spreading gossip about Sophie.
Hell yeah!
Florian is becoming my spirit animal. It's changed completely since last week.
Julia's more focused on having fun than her issues. I want to be married to somebody who's ready to be a mom, not a stripper.
Correction. She's a go-go dancer, and you want her to be your mom.
How's your night going?
Good, how's yours?
She's thinking my friend. I didn't just like something. You are so beautiful.
Insert Natalie's rage stomp glass smash scene that was just cut from my recording, unfortunately. Thank you for tuning in. Please come back. It's free to subscribe, and if you liked this video, please give it a like. Do you agree with anything I've said, or do you have your own opinion that might be different? Also, I've watched every season of 90 Day Fiancé, so I know the lore. So if you want to chat or collab on any ideas for future videos, please hit me up. I'll be doing more as the season progresses. Take care and have a good day. Say bye.